truly wealthy now, owning nothing but owing nothing, than he ever did behind these walls. And your mother? 6 months sober, Caroline beamed. She's talking about starting a support group for other women trapped in gilded cages. Says she finally understands what real freedom means. Margaret touched the small brass key that now hung around her own neck, returned to her by Caroline after its long service was complete. Sometimes the heaviest chains are the ones we forge from gold. A young man appeared in the doorway, James Klein, David's great-grandson, located through a year of painstaking genealogical research. At 25, he had his great-grandfather's gentle eyes and determined chin. "The lawyers are ready," he said. "They've found 3 more families with proof of looted assets." Caroline squeezed Margaret's hand before following James out. She'd made this her life's work now, tracking down the descendants of those whose wealth had been stolen, helping them reclaim not just assets but their very history. Left alone, Margaret walked to the spot where the hidden room had once concealed generations of secrets. Workers renovating the space had found something fascinating behind the walls, a message carved into the steel frame dated March 15th, 1945. "The truth sleeps, but never dies." She thought about the letter she'd written in her small room at Sunset Gardens, now preserved in a museum in Washington, D.C., alongside Klein's diary and the document. Together, they told a story not just of theft and deception, but of patience, perseverance, and the long arc of justice. Sarah, her former nurse from Sunset Gardens, now ran the tower's free medical clinic for elderly residents of the neighborhood. She'd insisted Margaret move into one of the tower's converted apartments, refusing to take no for an answer. "You helped transform this place from a monument to greed into a beacon of hope," Sarah had argued. "You should be here to see it shine." The sun was setting now, bathing the city in that peculiar golden light that had once reflected off the tower's windows like 1,000 burning eyes. But now, those same windows held different reflections. Classrooms where students learned about justice, offices where researchers tracked down lost histories, medical rooms where the elderly were treated with dignity. Margaret's phone buzzed with a text from Caroline. "CNN wants to interview you about the Foundation's expansion plans. Ready to tell your story again?" Looking out over the city she'd called home for more than 50 years, Margaret smiled. Some stories she'd learned never